to have such eminent speakers in our webinar. The speakers is one of the eminent one is Professor Amina Ether. She's from Germany, and she's a health medical officer, and she worked on public health care, and she's a corona warrior, corona fighter, a cancer fighter, and what more means. She is such a busy person, but she has still taken out time for us and to hear whereabouts of all things which we are facing. And then this is all because we have played with the nature, and the nature is playing with us right now. We welcome all the dignitaries. We welcome the Vice Chancellor, Professor Kapil Dev Mishra, Sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Rani Durgavati University. I think he has not joined yet. And we also welcome our Registrar, Chhindwara University, Professor Rajendra Mishra, sir. Welcome, sir. We welcome our guest, Professor Sandhu, one of my mentor, and he's ever ready to help me in every circumstances. So pleased to have you, sir, over here. And I welcome Professor Rajpal Singh Kashyap. He's also one of the eminent speaker in this webinar, and he's director and scientific officer, senior scientist at SEAMS Nagpur. We'll be hearing from him just in short time. As Madam Amina is not having much of his time, and she has taken such time from such a busy schedule, I would like her to start with. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so starting with me with A, start always with A, first one, every time. By one may be A, some may be A. No, actually, I wanted to finish the discussion with her because, yes, wherever anybody invites me, I'm jumping in. And even if they don't invite me, send me a post. I said, yaar, mujhe add kar do, 10 minute ke liye mujhe add kar do. Because it's not like I want marketing or publicity. I said, at least if somebody hears the few things, like, for example, I started saying, in March first week, the whole COVID thing started here in Europe. I still remember one of the nights in the March 8th was the borders closing in Europe, within one place to the other place. Then afterwards we had, okay, this one. It was on March 13th. I get a call from Turkey and said, one of my pregnant patient is COVID positive. Now what? That was the first, even I can see the goosebumps coming in. Now she's pregnant, and now what? So it was like that time COVID was too something which we cannot expect. I just sat down for a few minutes. I closed my eyes and said, the next question comes is, oh, she is 48 years old. And after 8 years of treatment, now she's pregnant and now she's COVID positive. She had visited, she had not visited. She had a visitor who came for the baby showers. And this visitor had visited Italy. So that's how the whole thing was. And now she was a mother. She was a COVID patient. What happened was when she came to deliver, she had a little bit of cold. So the sample was sent. And when she delivered, she was on the delivering process, the test came positive. So you can imagine the whole scenario when she's on the delivering table, the test comes positive, and then this friend and a very nice person whom I know in Turkey, I don't want to take names because sometimes, non-disclosure agreements, I don't want to put anybody into trouble. She calls me, and it was around 1:30 night in Germany. I brushed my head and I said, look, Amina, now this is positive. What should we do? She's almost on the delivery process. So that means everybody around her is also now the first contact. So everybody in the room is also now in danger. Now it was something like which none of us can understand. I wanted to share these kind of experiences. None of us can understand. So we don't know what is happening. It's new. We don't know the treatment for pregnant women. We don't know anything. We are in no man's land, without water, without food, and there is a mother delivering, and the test reports are positive. We can't tell the mother your report is positive. See, when they start wearing PPE or the mask during the delivery, she will immediately understand that she is positive. So what will happen to her? She will have a sudden collapse. So now all of the nurses and the doctor who was attending, they made it a point, whatever happens, we will handle it. We will not wear ppe, we will deliver the baby, we will be there. Even if we get, we will also take care. So all of them, what they did was, they brought this fumigation, like you have this oud or samrani, like you have this incense sticks or something in the house, like that. They brought this smoke in the room to make it, something to, like, I don't know, placebo effect or whatever it is. They brought this, and then what they did, they took this sterile the cleaners, hand cleaners, after the surgical sterile solutions for their hands and everything, to even do that. Even by then, she understood that she's positive. Even by that, she understood why all of a sudden they said, no, no, we just don't want, and all this thing. So this was done. And then the baby was delivered. And after the baby was delivered, the baby had to be separated. The baby was taken separately. The baby was taken, had to be separated, because we don't know whether the breast milk will contain the virus, whether what is going to happen. Now, when the baby, even though she delivered normally, the baby was taken separately. By now, the mother knew. And then the whole thing of isolation started. So this was a first pregnant case. And then the whole team in Turkey decided to have a 1,000 bedded hospital only for the expecting mothers, whether they're primary contact. There were 3 departments. They were primary contact, they were positive of COVID, and then they were positive of COVID, and then they were also who were expecting to get contact or something like that. So this was the first story when it started. Then our challenges began again and again. Every day our challenges began. And when we went on to do the research, a team of doctors, pediatricians, gynecologists, initially the babies were separated from the mother and the mother's milk was not given. Then as the reports came in, then as the laboratory investigations, and I have researched articles. Tomorrow we are having a talk from our team who were all there. We have put it up in a way that all of them are sharing the experiences, and we will have our colleague Dr. Sunil Nayak presenting all the experiences. We don't want, I mean, for everybody, we don't know if we can get their time at that time, where they're in the ICU, they're in the patient. So we are putting all this experience. One such simple, we are saying about nature, one such simple thing was later on. So initially, we got to know that the mother's milk is one of the best thing for a child to get immunity, right? So now we know that with our sources. I don't want to claim anything. Whatever the research has been till now, the breast milk doesn't contain the virus. So this is something which all of us should be happy about. Look at the beauty of the nature. Look at the beauty of the world. Look at the beauty of the God. Look at the beauty. So I know today is like Bakrid, Eid ul-Adha, celebrating all around. So probably this is like my Eid gift, saying this. There are enough of research articles. Tomorrow there will be around 5 to 6 slides, only with a research article showcasing that the breast milk doesn't contain the virus. So now when we got to know that the breast milk the mother can breastfeed the baby, but without in contact with the baby. She can't see the baby, she can't breathe on the baby, but she can feed the baby. Now this was another challenge. Now how we go? So the first thing what we did in Turkey, we have the wedding dresses. They are like the umbrellas, on the skirt. So there's an umbrella kind of a thing from the skirt where you have a Turkish dress. So what we did, it is like tied. It's like a ring, like an umbrella kind of thing, which is tied around the waist. So we picked up that umbrella kind of a dress and we tied it up here on the neck. So now here is an umbrella. The mother is not, she's having a mask. She is having this thing, but the mother was feeding the baby. Now, can you imagine this whole situation with all the trial and error? Now, if the mother has delivered and she's a positive contact and she's in contact, just something like an umbrella shield. So in India, there were a few cases who came to me. I only told them, you have satin, sorry, I'm not being vulgar or I'm not being something like that, but this is what we have given it. You have satin petticoats. You have every woman in India has a sari. Every woman has a petticoat. You have satin petticoats. So what do? You have the thick petticoats, the double cloth petticoats. You have one satin petticoat, then you have one cotton petticoat. So stitch the cotton petticoat below and the satin petticoat on the top. Stitch both the petticoats and then put it on the neck. And then there is the petticoat above and the mother can feed the baby down. So this is nature. This doesn't need medicine. The mother's milk itself is good. And the mother is taking antivirals, antibiotics, whatever she is taking, the baby is, she is feeding the baby. So she is taking dry fruits, she's taking. So this was one simple technique where we allowed the mothers to feed the baby. See, allowing the mothers to feed the baby, at least she's holding the baby, she's holding the baby is feeding, and she's not breathing on the baby. She can turn her face this way, that way. But that allowance, this is the 90% of the women are depressed because they cannot feed the baby. One case was, I don't know what kind of stupidity or some common sense, or at that point what is happening is everybody is in a mode of panic. So the mother has delivered the baby has been taken away, and then the mother has choking, she can't breathe. Immediately they put the ventilator. One thought nobody got in the mind at that time, and the mother passed away because of the intervention of the ventilator. Unfortunately, I don't want to say where, which place, and what it is. At that time, at that time was like, what we can say, at that moment nobody understood that there could be a breast milk congestion for which she cannot breathe. Only releasing the breast milk congestion was enough for her to stop choking. Not a ventilator. The mother did not need a ventilator. One is she's depressed, she did not touch the baby. Second, she's afraid whether she gets it to the baby. Even after she recovers, can she feed the baby? Third, the breast milk is there in the mother's body. Where will the breast milk go? Is anybody able to understand this? So now there's a congestion of the breast milk, and then that becomes choking. Simple technique for the mothers who have delivered, who are suspected COVID positive, or who are positive, who are not feeding the baby. Simple technique is, you have any oil at home, any oil on any leaf. For example, I'm having this leaf petal. You have two sides of the leaf. You have beetle leaf in India, or you have cabbage leaf. Any leaf, for example, it should be a big leaf, especially take cabbage. On one side, apply any oil, olive oil, coconut oil, sunflower oil, any oil on one side. If you have camphor, every Indian house has camphor for the puja. Apart from that, also you have Vicks Vaporub, Amrutanjan, anything, a component which has camphor or menthol or thymol into it, whatever it is. For outside India, you have camphor, thymol, menthol, peppermint, lavender oil. Any oil, just apply it on one side of the leaf. Then keep it on a hot water bag slowly, like this. On the other side, this side is the oil, and this side is the other side of the leaf. Keep it on the hot water bag. If it is little warm, put it on the bra and let the mother wear it. So the breast congestion releases it down. The heart lumps release them down. And after you keep the leaf under your bra, just take a hot water bag and just try to pat around so that the leaf is warm and it gets to the breast and it is released. This is a simple technique to release the breast congestion. To release the breast congestion for the feeding mothers, you have breast congestion for whatever it is. I'm not thinking about this. So this is a simple one. Apart from that, just resale. The only thing what I can say nature is counseling. Please give the counseling, consultation and counseling. Counsel the mother. See, this is a time, it will pass. This is a time, it will pass. So please give the mother a counseling. Tell her that this is just like a small portion of it. So just this is how it is done. So probably these are the two. I just don't want to bombard with a lot of things. Two simple techniques I have given for the natural way to help the mother and also to help the baby. So these are the two natural ways in these difficult times. These are our personal experiences. I think doctor, please share the link of tomorrow's session. So this is what we are doing. We're starting a series on every Saturday. It will be around 11 a.m. Dubai time, which is 12:30 p.m. Indian time. Every Saturday, we want to bring pregnant ladies with certain entities, pregnant ladies with liver, pregnant ladies with cardiology. Here, what we are doing is we are taking care of the women we are doing, we have a team of experts. They put in their experiences, and we want to share their experiences, which are not published, which are not on the internet, which are not with the Google, which are not with Wikipedia. Like, this was our personal experience along with the others, what I shared. So we will combine all of them together. We will have one moderator, one presenter, and one administrator. So one person is presenting for 45 minutes, not more than 45 minutes. So then the questions are sent back and we help them to work further. So sorry, this is not marketing. We are just trying to focus and open up. Too many things, it doesn't seem good. Doesn't look like you put tamarind, you put tomato, you put amchur, everything, it will become more sour, something like that. So I think probably without a presentation, but still I could pass on the message. I don't want to take much of their time. I congratulate all the, I congratulate the whole team. For example, she has been constantly writing to me and asking me, ma'am, please give me the time, ma'am, please give me the time. And Dr. Sapna has been, I'm sorry, Dr. Sapna, because I have added you on my Indian number and I check the Indian number only on the holidays and Sundays and Saturdays, because I'm totally occupied, and I have the German one, so I probably add you even on that thing. And I have to accept apologies. I have not saved even her name. I get the number. I said, okay, I have to talk there. Chalo. But I am very shameless. Any conference, any event for 10 minutes, I don't want to talk more than 10 minutes, because nobody will listen if I talk more than 6 minutes. I don't want to talk. So thank you. And, connecting another 2-3 minutes, more than 6 minutes, nobody will talk. One simple tip, if I can share with people, I know these are there. Haldiwala Doodh is already there. We have so many things, but taking each herb in at the right time with the right quantity is what we have to say. So that's how. Thank you very much, Dr. Sapna. Yes, I will be here on the event as long as I can be handling the other things. But thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to interact. And also on a public holiday, also on the Eid day, getting people, to stick on to a seminar for even more than an hour, it's difficult, but it's also easy. We can watch Google Meet and Zoom and everything on the mobile phone. Yeah, thank you so much. I hope I could at least give some information to you all. Thank you so much.
Very nice to hear. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, very nice to hear you, ma'am. Very nice to hear you. Vice Chancellor has joined. Our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Kapil Dev Mishra, has joined the meeting. Sir, please welcome, sir. हमारे माननीय कुलपति महोदय जी, आप उपस्थित हो गए हैं और उसके लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर. आप अपना उद्बोधन दें. ज्वाइन किया है विजय जी.
हेलो जी मैम, सर ने ज्वाइन किया हुआ है
जी.
मैं चेक कर रहा हूँ.
जी कनेक्ट कर दीजिए.
आदरणीय कुलपति जी प्लीज आ जाएं.
It takes time because you have to go to the browser and accept it. I'm not muting it because if I mute, I don't know if I unmute, how long will it take?
मैडम शायद सर ज्वाइन करके लेफ्ट हो गए कहीं उस
सर मैं
आप पर्सनली
सर मैं छिंदवाड़ा यूनिवर्सिटी के रजिस्ट्रार प्रोफेसर राजेंद्र मिश्रा जी से अनुरोध करूंगी कि वो हमारे वेबिनार में उपस्थित सभी पार्टिसिपेंट्स का थोड़ा सा मोटिवेट करें और हमारे सेमिनार के बारे में और इस प्रकृति के बारे में कुछ बातें हमसे शेयर करें. जी सर. मिश्रा सर प्लीज. ये सर आप अनम्यूट कर लीजिए और प्लीज शेयर. Mishra sir, Honorable Registrar sir from Chhindwara University, आप प्लीज अपने माइक को अनम्यूट कर लें और हमें उद्बोधित करें.
सर आपके माइक के ऊपर एक रेड कलर का माइक होगा, उसमें लाइन क्रॉस हो रही होगी, उसको आप पुश करके ओपन कर दीजिए. माननीय रजिस्ट्रार सर, आपकी आवाज हम लोग सुन नहीं पा रहे हैं, आप अनम्यूट
Dr.
कीजिए अपने आप
Vijay,
को।
even there it doesn't get unmute. You have to go up on the browser. ऊपर जो browser आता है ना, वहाँ पे जाके maybe you have blocked the microphone and the camera there. There we have to unmute.
No, ma'am. Actually, I am not blocked.
Yes.
Yes.
No, no,
Yes,
not
sir, we can
blocked.
hear
But
you.
what will happen? Go to the browser and unmute.
Yes, we can hear you, sir, now, please.
Yes, sir. Please continue. माननीय रजिस्ट्रार सर, अब आप बोलिए, आपकी आवाज आ रही है।
जी, शासकीय महाविद्यालय हर्रई द्वारा आयोजित इस अंतर्राष्ट्रीय वेबिनार में मैं छिंदवाड़ा विश्वविद्यालय छिंदवाड़ा की ओर से सभी प्रतिभागियों SKS यादव सर सहित पूरी टीम को छिंदवाड़ा विश्वविद्यालय की तरफ से बधाई प्रेषित करता हूं। वैसे तो माननीय कुलपति प्रोफेसर NK श्रीवास्तव साहब को इसमें ज्वाइन होना था, बट उनका एक अर्जेंट मीटिंग थी दिल्ली में, इस वजह से वो यहाँ पर नहीं है। इसलिए उनका मैं विश्वविद्यालय की तरफ से प्रतिनिधित्व कर रहा हूँ डॉक्टर राय के आग्रह पर। टॉपिक पर अभी मैं प्रोफेसर एमा का वो सुन रहा था। निश्चित रूप से जो प्रकृति है, हमारा जो नेचर है, वो अपने आप में बेस्ट फिजिशियन है। और जब हम कहते हैं कि सेल्फ बॉडी अलार्म करती है, नेचर हमको ताकीद देता है, नेचर हमको आगाह करता है, तब हमको लगता है कि सेल्फ हीलिंग से बढ़कर कोई दवा नहीं है। जैसे जितने भी हम केसेस भारत में देख रहे हैं कोरोना के, उसमें हमको ऐसा लगता है कि जिनका विल पावर और जिनकी नियमित दिनचर्या रेगुलर है, वो बहुत जल्दी सरवाइव कर रहे हैं या वो इस कोरोना वायरस के उससे दूर हैं, उनको तकलीफ नहीं हो पा रही है। तो इसलिए मैडम ने जो टॉपिक चूज किया है, निश्चित रूप से वो हमारे प्रतिभागियों को के लिए लाभकारी होगा। हमारे प्रतिभागी जो हैं इसमें एक्टिवली पार्टिसिपेट करेंगे और इसका जो डिस्कशन होगा बहुत फ्रूटफुल डिस्कशन होगा। और इस डिस्कशन के पश्चात जो भी आपके रिकमेंडेशंस आएंगी, उससे पूरा अकादमिक जगत के साथ साथ हमारा ह्यूमैनिटी जो है, हमारी मानवता को लाभ होगा। इन्हीं शुभकामनाओं के साथ मैं अपनी वाणी को विराम देता हूं। धन्यवाद। जय हिंद, जय भारत।
यस सर, आपके आशीर्वचनों के लिए सर बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपको। विजय जी, वीसी सर ने ज्वाइन किया है क्या? नितेश डहरिया, प्लीज स्टॉप प्रेजेंटिंग। विजय जी, वीसी सर ने ज्वाइन किया है क्या? हेलो
सपना जी, आप वाइस चांसलर साहब को फोन करके देख लें।
जी सर,
मेरी टॉपिक नहीं आएंगे, उनका भाषण करवा दीजिएगा।
जी जी। विजय जी हैं क्या सर? नहीं तो फिर मैं
सर यहाँ पर नहीं है।
जी सर। नाउ आई वुड लाइक टू इनवाइट Professor Sadhu Singh Sandhu for his motivational speech. As I have always been hearing to him, and in each and every lecture, there is many things to be learned. Professor Sandhu has been a very active person in all the fields of life, whether it may be academics, whether it may be sports, or whether it may be a social activity. He was an EC member of GJ University, Hisar. He's ex-director research at University Maulana Ambala. He has been the director of CSRD People's Group Bhopal, and he is presently Dean Faculty of Life Sciences and Director Biodesign Innovation Center, Rani Durgavati Vishwavidyalaya. Every time I meet you, sir, or any person meet you, learns something or the other from you. Today also, sir, I expect the same. And sir, please, you may start with your deliberation.
Thank you, Dr. Sapna, for giving this opportunity to share my experiences on the very important topic, nature as the best physician. And I'm very happy that Professor Ima Antar has given a very good start of the international symposium, webinar. And now I would like to share my, in the meanwhile, if Vice Chancellor Sir joins the meeting, please stop me for 10 minutes and then, please talk to him on phone.
Yes, sir. Definitely, sir. I'm typing it right now.
I'm sharing my...
Okay, sir.
Just a minute. Yeah. A little bit of problems in the system. Now it is okay. Present now. Entire screen. I'm not able to get my screen. Somebody else is screening. Yeah. Can you see my screen? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's visible.
Is visible now?
Yes, sir.
So, the topic of international webinar is nature as best physician. So there was a lockdown for more than three months in India, and I have seen the rivers are clean, and I have seen the wild animals are very happy, and they are coming on the roads. I'm living in a forest area, that is the Dumna airport area, and I have seen so many animals. They're very happily coming and going. So nature is repairing the pollution. Similarly, the nature can repair the human body also, because human body is a part of the nature. And in my seminar today, in my lecture today, I would like to talk something on the prospects and retrospects of immunity booster for combating communicable diseases. So it's very important. Note, no supplement will cure or prevent disease. With 2019 coronavirus, COVID-19 pandemic, it is especially important to understand that no supplement, diet, or other lifestyle modification other than physical distancing, also known as social distancing, and the proper hygiene practice can protect you from COVID-19. So this is the mandate for WHO, that whenever we talk on that, because nothing is tested on this COVID virus so far. So the things are there in the pipeline, but you can't say that this molecule I have tested and it is killing this virus. So we can't say it. So this is that mandatory disclosure which I have to do. But it's not. It doesn't mean that this cannot be cured. This can be cured, as Madam Athar has told. You will be all right if somebody is positive. We have to mentally boost their morale up, that nothing is going to happen. You will be all right. Just fight with that. So I will be discussing something on the coronavirus today. The coronavirus are a large family of virus which may cause illness in animal or human. In humans, several coronavirus are known to cause respiratory infections, ranging from the common cold to more severe diseases, though these After the common cold, there is a more severe diseases like Middle East Respiratory Syndrome, we call it MARS, and then severe acute respiratory syndrome, SARS. The most recently discovered coronavirus was a coronavirus disease, which was in 2019, so we called it COVID-19. So many people are working to control, to find some alternative to control. So there are something which I would like to tell, that so many monoclonal antibodies are in pipelines and that countries are testing. They are reached up to the phase 3 also, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. And very soon, within 6-7 months, this antibodies, this vaccine will be out. So till then, we have to find out some alternatives, precautions as well as some alternative. The peoples are using, this is the ACE2 and the TNPR SS2s binders, which the peoples are making. Secondly, the peoples are using chloroquines and the hydroxychloroquine. Why the hydroxychloroquines peoples are using, and it is becoming popular in the US also, because it is a broad spectrum antiviral and anti-inflammatory in nature. It is a very important role of hydroxychloroquine is an endosomal pH. The endosomal epithelial layer is there, which it increases the pH of that area so that this virus do not affect. Glycosylations of the cellular receptor SARS-CoV-2 is a very important one, which is making this hydroxychloroquine a better one. The peoples are using vitamin C, vitamin D, and zinc, and azithromycins with the hydroxychloroquine. So there are so many studies, part studies, not the double-blinded studies, but some studies are going on. Then finally, when it is entered inside, the proteolytic systems are there. So leponavir and the ritonavir combinations is being tested in the Bangkok medical hospitals and the research center, and they found that it is working nicely. And finally, remdesivir, another one which is useful in this medicine, in this disease. So this is how the peoples are using medication, but till date there is no authentic medicines to control this COVID-19. So whenever the COVID-19 patients are there, as Madam Mehta has told, there should be quarantine, proper quarantine, 7 days quarantine in India. Nowadays, earlier it was 14 days. And then if the positive symptoms are there, isolation wards, we shift the patient to isolation ward. And then CTC scanning, from lung scannings and CT scanning, give us the very clear picture where up to what extent that infection has reached. And then RT-PCR, rapid test, and RNA rapid tests are now available. So the treatment I have already mentioned. So these are the treatment which are taking place. So, but now these are the treatment, whenever it's ready, the people will definitely take it. But in the meanwhile, when the treatment is not available, we have to think of our immune system. What is there in the immune system? This is the circulatory system, lymphatic system. These two systems, when joined together, the interrelations between these two systems, when the capillaries pass on some cells from the lymph node, the B cell and the T cells to the blood, and then this B cell and T cells on other phagocytes and granulocytes kills the virus, kills the pathogen which is entered to the blood or which is entered into a cell. You can see the other diagram. Thousands and millions of pathogens are available on our skin, and there is two methods of entering these pathogens into our skin. Number one is a passive barrier. This passive barrier is actually the skin mucosa, and then the stomach acids. These are the passive barrier which kills the pathogen or anything which which try to enter in your body. Then comes the innate immune system. This innate immune system, the next defense mechanism, which is a complementary response, phagocyte and the granulocyte. It eats up whatever is coming and it spoils it. And then finally, the adaptive system is there, that is called immune adaptive system. Their lymphocytes, B cells and T cells are there. So since the time is less, I will not elaborate all these things. I will be just showing you some slides to understand the immune system, how it works. And then you see the T cells and B cells are there. They're the good guys, good cells of our body. Immune system, T cells, they stop like our police is standing into the in the entry of our city, and they ask if somebody is coming, who are you, from where you are coming, show your ID. The same way is the policing. T cells are there. Whenever any antigen or any pathogen enter into a body, it try to stop and find out the ID. And then B cells comes, they inform to the B cells, and the B cells are two types: fighter cells and memory cell. Memory cells, this is a fighter cell, they fight with the pathogen, and the memory cells take all detail of the pathogen, and so that the next time when it enters, they have already antibody available, and then they will kill that. So this is how immune system, T cells eat the dead and antigens and invaders. So these are there into the body, but how to increase this system so that anything comes to our body is killed by this immune system. So I would like to tell that World Health Organizations reported that the coronavirus will be spreading at an unbelievable rate. It was very long back they have said it. And it was reality now. You see that it then spread to all over world. So if a person, and how do you know that you are becoming, your immune system is getting down? If you are having ear infections every 15 days or every month, if you have autoimmune diseases, if you have cold and flu more than 10 times, means if you are having 2 to 3, 4 times, there's no problem. Every season changes has got cold and flu. But if you are having 10 times a year cold and flu, it means our immune system is down. Allergies are there, early menopause are there, and then it means your immune system is gone down. One has to take care of the immune system, otherwise the cancer or other chronic diseases will come. So what is the connections between the immune system and our lifestyle? More exposure to the sugar-laden holiday treat. Actually, we are taking a lot of sugar. Whatever sugar is needed for our body is being provided by the natural system, by our natural foods, whatever we are food we are eating. But we are taking a lot of holidays food, like we are taking a lot of candies, lot of sugars, lot of drinks, and less exposure to the sun during the winter months. So there's a big problem. We have to expose ourselves to sun in the morning and in the evening. And what weakens your immune system is the stress and emotions. Lot of stress and emotions, and sometimes more physical exercises. Too much of physical exercise also reduce your immune system. And exposure to the toxin, the smoking and other adulteration to our food system is also a big problem and reducing our immune system. And poor diet, processed food, sugary drinks, lack of fruit and vegetables, and lack of rest also. Aging is another one. Physiological changes occur that affect our digestive tract as well as the bone, muscles, and the vision. And then our agings, our immune system is weakened down. What weaken our immune system? You see, the sugar and alcohols are the major constituent, which are actually the culprit for reducing our immune system and welcoming all other diseases. Any diseases, not only COVID, but other diseases, other viral diseases can also come to your body if you are taking a lot of sugar and a lot of alcohol. See, the danger of sugar I would like to discuss: contribute to immune dysfunction, aggravates inflammation. Again, inflammation is a very important to control. Inflammatory conditions include heart disease, arthritis, cancer, eczema, and asthma also. And then comes the free radical damage also, increased from the high insulin level. You take a lot of sugar, a lot of insulin is needed, and high insulin level will increase, will reduce the free radical damages also. And then more dangerous sugar is high insulin level causes cancer cells to grow. At least 4 to 5 cell types of the cancers have been reported by the increased insulin level, like the Steve Chandler's PhD disease is there, dental decay is there, diabetes is there, osteoporosis is there, because body pulls the calcium from the bones to make blood more alkaline. You are eating a lot of acidic food, you are not eating alkaline food, and your body wants alkaline weather. Alkaline weather is created by taking the calcium from your bone, and you are getting the osteoporosis. So many diseases are there after eating a lot of sugar. Damage to your digestive tract also. So actually this higher sugar level when we take, then your cells compete with the vitamin C and for entrance into the white blood cells. So achieving a low sugar diet can actually be an immune system booster. So from today onward, you have to think that your diet should be low sugar diet. You should not take the extra sugar. Whatever sugar is doctor advised to you, whatever sugar is needed for your body comes from the natural means is sufficient. Don't eat much sugar. And another very big problem with the sugar and immune system I would like to discuss here, the feed candida cells yeast also. Whenever you are eating a lot of sugar, the candida increase in your body. And therefore, you should not eat the sugar. Refined carbohydrates, including breads and the baked good chips, crackers, snacks, and all these things, they are going to increase the problem. Sugar-free candida yeast. You see, candida is a very big problem in the body. It is maybe cutaneous, oral, or vaginal. Candida produce toxin which spoils the immunity. You see, if the candida is there, we take the anti-candidal medicines, but whenever you stop the candidal medicine, it will come, because it has come because of the sugar. So you have to reduce the sugar so that the candida infection is reduced. Symptoms of the candida, sometimes brain, anxiety, depression, headache, irritability, mood swings, poor memory, poor mental health, focus, dizziness, and digestive system, diarrhea, bloating, etc. A lot of things will come. So sugar is the main problem to reduce your immune system. Now, weaken immune system, frequently infection ho jayega aapko, and you will have sinus congestion. That is important in this type of diseases. Chronic cough, pain, and tightness in the chest. Environmental sensitivity, mold se bhi sensitivity ho jayenge aap. Asthma like symptoms. Reproduction bhi aapka reduce ho jayega. Skin aapki kharab honi shuru ho jayegi. So these are the problem. Only one disease malfunction, cells. Two causes of the cells malfunction. Number one is the exposure to the toxin and the lack of nutrients. Together they weaken your immune system. So that's why your immune system is down. That's why you are catching this type of diseases which are coming into the nearby area, your aerosol area. So what is the natural approach? Today in this lecture, I want to discuss with you how to learn how to keep your immune system healthy naturally. So first of all, the first ingredient of your immune system is vitamin D. So vitamin D is essential for immune dysfunction. A healthy level of this vitamin may help lower your risk of the respiratory infection. And you must expose your body in the morning 5 minutes, and the evening also in 5 minutes to the sun, so that your skin absorb this sunlight, and this is the whole pathway I have mentioned, vitamin D3 formulations, and it goes to liver and from kidney, and from kidney and liver you get the active form of the vitamin D from the sunlight if you expose yourself. If you can't do, then there is a very big, very good mushroom available. There is a Canthurellus mushroom which is available in the Mandala region, and the bamboo tree has got a lot of Canthurellus in the root system. You can take out the Canthurellus. It is available in Mandala about 90 to 100 rupees kilo, and you see the one sachet of vitamin D is 100 rupees. Only 4 tablets. Here Canthurellus is 1 kilo, about 100 to 200 rupees. One should use a Canthurellus cabireus mushroom, which is having calciferol. One of my PhD thesis indicates that Canthurellus can be used for deficient vitamin D patients. Then comes the vitamin B complex, B6, B9, B12. So B vitamins include B12 and B6 are important for healthy immune response. Because in our body at that time 32,000 proteins are being formed, are synthesized in our body, more than 32,000 proteins. So these proteins, these vitamins are, in one way, they are the cofactor or coenzymes which are helpful in making this protein. And these proteins are vital for your life. If you don't have these proteins, your immune system will go down. So you must have the vitamins, proper vitamins in your body, so that all the proteins synthesized, and whenever there is for the defense, they are there for your defense. Best food source for the vitamins are, get all 8 B vitamins from variety of foods like whole grain, brown rice, barley, millet, meat, red meat, poultry, fish. The people should avoid this meat because of the problems nowadays, but one should have the poultry and the fish also. Meat and dairy products are there, meat, cheese, milk, cheese. Legume, beans and lentils, very good. Seeds and nuts are there. Sunflower seeds and almonds are very good for B source. Dark leafy vegetable, broccoli and spinach and scallions should be taken. Fruit, citrus fruit and avocado and banana can give you the good vitamins B complex. And next part is zinc. Zinc is mineral that commonly added to the supplement like ginkgo and all. This is because zinc is essential for immune system function. It's a very important member of the dietary that zinc need for immune system development and communications, and play an important role in inflammatory response. I have heard yesterday only one doctor from UK, she was telling that they are providing zinc and vitamin C and hydroxyquinone for the COVID patient, and their COVID patients are improving very fast. So zinc is a very important molecule for the immunobooster system. So high zinc fruits include the blackberry, pomegranate, raspberry, guava, apricot, peach, kiwi fruit, and blueberry. You must take at least 1 cup of juice every day with a high zinc fruit. Natural honey, honeycomb, ginger, lemon, and curcuma. These are the beautiful things available in our kitchen, but have them in a proper way, like it is advised in the Ayurveda, for improving your, for boosting your immune system. Another molecule is the selenium. Selenium is mineral that's essential for immune health. Animal research demonstrated that selenium supplements may enhance antiviral defense against. It is already being tested by influenza strain, including H1 and N1. So selenium is anti-cancerous. It is reducing the autoimmune disease. It is reducing the HIV infections, hepatitis B, and it's also helpful in the cardiovascular diseases. So selenium is very important. Where it is available in the button mushroom and also the garlic. Garlic is a very good storage thing for the selenium. The garlic has powerful anti-inflammatory and antiviral property. It has been shown to enhance immune health by stimulating protective white blood cells, natural killer, which I have told you, the B cells and T cells, natural killer cells, macrophages. So we must take at least 2 poties of this garlic in the morning. Empty stomach is a very good, and it can increase your immunity. Then comes the medicinal mushroom. It's a very good medicinal mushroom which we have grown. This mushroom is a very, very costly mushroom actually. As a Cordyceps militaris and Cordyceps sinensis, I have got 2 PhD students working on that. They have just now presented their PhD, defended their PhD for the pre-PhD presentation. So Cordyceps militaris is coming about 15 lakh rupees kilo in the US. And in India, it is about 2 to 3 lakh rupees kilo. It is very difficult to grow it over there because of the cordyspins available in that. The cordyspin is actually the analog for adenosine, ATP and adenosine. So this is very helpful molecule for increasing your immune system. It is an immunomodulator actually, and it is a protective for so many viral diseases also. In Rani Durgavati Vishwavidyalaya, we are able to make this drink with the cordyceps powder. We have taken the cordyceps powder, we have taken the lemon juice, we have taken the ginger and honey. Actually, first of all, you have to take cordyceps powder about 1 gram and ginger also about 10 gram. Boil it for 5 minutes. After reducing the cold, after cooling it down to the room temperature, put about 5 to 10 ml of lemon juice and 1 spoon of honey and drink this booster. Immunobooster is a very, very good immunobooster, and it is also anti-cancerous also. This is the medicine which our Vice Chancellor has launched. We have made it in Design Innovation Center. So this is how the home remedies are there, which can boost your immunity. And milk with the turmeric, as madam has just now told, every day haldi ka jo doodh raat ko hum peete hain, that's very good immunoboosters. And then yogurt is also there. Probiotic yogurts are there. If your stomach is good, having the good bacteria, it is going to give you the good immunity. Vitamin D is there. Green tea also is there. Green tea without milk you should take. You should not put milk into that. Put the green tea. Green tea is a very good. Ginger is there. Lemon. Lemon, maybe you must take the green lemon. Yellow lemon is also there, which reduces the pH, but it increases the pH. But green lemon is having the pH level, which is good one for against and working against this communicable diseases. You must have about 2.5 to 3 liter of water every day. You keep your body hydrated. Water everywhere. Drinking water nowhere. So must take the good water. And then good sleep is also there. During sleep, your immune system releases protein that called cytokine, some of which can promote sleep also. Certain cytokines need to increase when you have infection, for this COVID infection also, or inflammation, or when you are under stress. If you're under stress, sleep is very important. About 8 hours sleep is a very important. Sleep deprivations may decrease production of these protective cytokines. And in addition, infection-fighting antibodies and cells are reduced during period when you don't get enough sleep. So at least you should have 8 hours sleep for the good immune system. No stress. You should remove the stress portions of your brain from your brain. कोई intense or the ongoing stress impeded immune system. This is very important. If you are stressful, you are likely to have some communicable diseases around you. The stress hormones, corticosteroids, can suppress the effectiveness of the immune system, and your immune system will go down. So thereby, that's why take steps to manage your stress level. Useful options that can help with stress level are exercise, medicines, and different therapies are there. Yogas are there to remove the stress. Alkaline food is very important. Take the spinach, pumpkin seed, beets. Avocado is a beautiful thing. We must take the avocado. Navy beans, cucumber, and this pepper, garlic I have mentioned, celery I have mentioned. And one thing I forgot to mention is the bottle gourd or the lौकी. In the morning, half kilo of लौकी उसका जूस निकाल के आप पिएंगे. लौकी कड़वी नहीं होनी चाहिए, मीठी अच्छी लौकी होनी चाहिए. That will reduce the acidity of the blood, and alkaline weather will come. Alkaline weather is very protective. It will not allow any virus to come into your body. इम्यून सिस्टम के बारे में आपको बताया था कि सर्कुलेटरी सिस्टम में, लिम्फेटिक सिस्टम में, वो सर्कुलेटरी सिस्टम में हार्ट होता है जो पूरे सेल्स को हमारी हर कोने तक पहुंचाता है. लिम्फेटिक सिस्टम में हार्ट नहीं है, इसलिए वो सेल्स नहीं जाती हैं कोने कोने तक. कोने कोने तक सेल्स पहुंचने के लिए आपको योगा करना पड़ेगा. These are the best poses, immunity poses, like child poses, camel poses, fish poses, mountain poses, chair poses, bridge poses, cobra and bow poses. सबसे अच्छा है butterfly poses जो लास्ट में मैंने दिखाया है, the tree poses. If you do this booster exercises, your immune system, lymphatic system will work properly to send this B cell and T cells to your blood, and you will be immune. You will be strong. Your immunity will be strong. So every day one should do the yoga also, and keep distance. हाथ मिलाना नहीं है, नमस्ते बुलानी है, और मास्क का यूज करना है, और डिस्टेंसिंग का यूज करना है, सैनिटाइजेशन का यूज करना है. और इस प्रकार से अगर आप रहेंगे तो नेचुरल पावर आपकी बॉडी में रहेगी. और दिस नेचुरल पावर जो कि आज का आपका टॉपिक भी है, नेचर एज द बेस्ट फिजिशियन, इट इज गोइंग टू रिपेयर व्हाटएवर इज हैपनिंग इनटू योर बॉडी. और रात को सोते समय पावर ऑफ योर सबकॉन्शियस माइंड को आप बुलाइए. आप जब सो रहे होते हैं, जब आपको नींद आने वाली होती है, 2-4 मिनट होते हैं, तो आप अपनी बॉडी से अपने आप को बोलिए कि मैं स्वस्थ हूं, मुझे कुछ नहीं होगा, मुझे कोविड नहीं होगा, मुझे कोई बीमारी नहीं होगी, मैं जब सुबह उठूंगा तो मैं बिल्कुल स्वस्थ होऊंगा. अपने आप को आपको ये बोलना है. जब आप ये बोलेंगे तो आपका पावर ऑफ योर सबकॉन्शियस माइंड विल बी स्ट्रांग. With all precautions which I have mentioned and the dietary which I have mentioned, I'm sure you will be away from the COVID-19. Thank you very much for patience hearing me. So kind of you.
Thank you very much, sir. सर, आपने तो इस इंटरनेशनल वेबिनार के थीम को पूरी तरह से चरितार्थ कर दिया है. आपने ये भी बताया है कि किस तरह से हमारी बॉडी जो है, जो नेचुरली बनी हुई है, और अगर हम उसको नेचुरल कंडीशन में रखकर अपना काम करेंगे तो हम हमेशा जीतेंगे. और नेचर से जो हम कुछ अगर लेंगे तो हम उस चीज को अगर हम अपने नेचर के प्रपोर्शन में लेंगे तो हम अपने अंदर आई हुई अगर कोई बीमारी भी है तो उसको पूरी तरह से ठीक कर देंगे. दैट मीन्स द नेचर हैज द सॉल्यूशन टू ईच एंड एवरी प्रॉब्लम. Thank you so much. It was a very informative, very knowledgeable lecture, sir. और सिर्फ लेक्चर नहीं सर, ये सब ऐसा है जो हमको अपने अंदर अनुभूत करने की जरूरत है आज के समय पे. Very, very thank you, sir. और warm thanks from all the members of our college, sir. Now, I would like to invite Professor Rajpal Singh Kashyap, sir. Rajpal Singh Kashyap, sir, is Director and Senior Scientist in Central India Institute of Medical Science, Nagpur, Maharashtra. Sir is expertise in diagnostics, immunization, clinical infection diseases. He has developed certain vaccines also. He is a scientist who is working on antibody production and antibody management also. His major projects are on tuberculosis diagnostics and vaccine development. He's an editorial board of many journals, and he also has published many national and international papers in many national and international journals. A warm welcome, sir. And now I would like you to share your knowledge with us, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Is it audible?
Yes, sir. It is.
Yes, sir. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. My pleasure. Good afternoon to everybody, and good afternoon, Dr. Sandhu, Dr. Sapna Rai. I'm just sharing my presentation. Please let me know if it's there. There, madam?
So you are audible, but the screen is not sharing. Sir.
My screen is there.
No, screen is not there, sir.
Just a minute.
Yes, sir.
So please use option screen share.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Let me check, because I used to Zoom, not Google Meet.
It will come, this no.
Can you let me know what exactly you mentioned? What I have to do?
सर नीचे एक बार आ रहा होगा, उस बार में देखिए प्रेजेंटेशन मेंशन है.
It's
You are
present now.
yeah,
So I have linked on that.
present now correctly.
Yes. So I'm getting three things: entire screen, window, Chrome tab.
No, present now only. You use present now. Just click, simple click and use.
Is it okay? Is it viewable?
No.
No, sir, it's not coming.
Not
Present
yet, sir.
now. Share windows, and then select your window.
That's what I'm doing. Just a minute. I'll take help with somebody. 2 minutes.
Okay, sir. No problem at all.
Honorable Vice Chancellor sir has not joined so far.
No, actually, sir, he has joined another webinar.
Okay.
I had a talk with him just after he left. He said he has to join there. And then from 4:30, I think he's again having a meeting from 4:30 to 5:30.
I'm also having a meeting at 4:30, so I have to join in the same meeting.
Yeah, sir. Yes, sir. So that's why he said, my शुभेच्छा तो सब तुम्हारे साथ हैं, हमेशा रहेंगे. तो मैं अभी तो टाइम नहीं दे पा रहा हूँ. अगर मुझे मिलता है मौका 2 मिनट का भी तो मैं जरूर बीच में ज्वाइन करूंगा. ये these are the words from our honorable Vice Chancellor. We know that everybody needs beauty as well as bread, places to play in and places to pray in, where nature may heal us and give us strength to body and our soul also. Nature has the power to heal because it is where we are from, it is where we belong, and it belongs to us as an essential part of our health and our survival. हम प्रकृति के हैं, प्रकृति से बने हैं और प्रकृति में ही समाहित होने वाले हैं. इन्हीं चीजों को अपन सब ध्यान में रखते हुए इस वेबिनार का ऑर्गेनाइजेशन कर रहे हैं. और जब तक हमारे जो एस्टीम्ड स्पीकर हैं वो इस चीज को तैयार करते हैं, लेट अस डिस्कस समथिंग ऑन नेचर. बीइंग इन नेचर is not only inspiring but it also has medical psychotherapeutic potentials. Sir, ready हैं sir आप?
मैं एक्चुअली ट्राई कर रहा हूँ मैडम. मेरा तरफ से तो दिख रहा है कि मैं जो करना चाहिए आई एम डूइंग दैट.
Okay, sir.
Maybe I am doing some mistake.
Okay.
Can somebody, some computer person is there who can guide me regarding all these things?
Vijay Dixit sir, please help him.
एक्चुअली सर वहाँ प्रेजेंटेशन नाउ लिखा हुआ, उस पर आप क्लिक करिए.
Absolutely, I am doing that.
ठीक है. अब देखिए वहाँ पे 3 चीजें आ रही होंगी. योर एंटायर स्क्रीन, अ विंडो, क्रोम टैब
राइट राइट।
तो अगर आपका क्रोम टैब में तो क्रोम टैब पे कर दीजिए, आपका स्क्रीन वहां से शेयर हो जाएगी। अदरवाइज अगर आपने स्क्रीन पर चला रखा है तो सिंपल, योर एंटायर स्क्रीन, पूरी स्क्रीन दिखेगी।
स्क्रीन पे चला के रखा हुआ है।
हाँ।
सो वही समझ में नहीं आ रहा है कि स्क्रीन पे चलने के बाद क्यों नहीं आ रहा
आप स्क्रीन पे क्लिक कीजिए, जस्ट
है।
सिंपल,
हाँ।
और वहां पे शेयर का ऑप्शन आ जाएगा।
See, I have done entire screen.
हाँ,
Then
अभी सर ने प्रेजेंटेशन दिया था, एक बार सर से पूछ लीजिए, उन्होंने।
is it now audible?
हाँ।
Viewable?
Yes,
Yeah.
you are audible, sir. You are audible,
No,
but the screens are not
Slide
visible.
आ रही है क्या आपको?
नो 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 नो।
I am doing my best. I am doing all these things.
Sir, you can do one thing. You can send the slide onto the email. We can try to share it from here.
That's better. So I can send you in 1 minute.
विजय सर, ये हो सकता है ना?
हाँ, यस मैम। आप सर, आपके पास 3 ऑप्शन है, उन 3 में से किसी एक को यूज कीजिए एक बार फिर से, विंडो को शेयर कर दीजिए।
मैं वही कर रहा हूँ। When I am doing for present now, I am getting 3 options. तो मैं entire screen कर रहा हूँ तो भी उस पे जाके it's not working.
नहीं,
Maybe
एंटायर, जस्ट मिनट सर, एंटायर स्क्रीन में जाने के बाद आपके पास एक मैसेज आ रहा होगा शेयर का,
right.
उस पे क्लिक
Yes.
करना होगा आपको।
So I have done that.
ओके।
उस पे क्लिक नहीं हो रहा है, जो शेयर या एंटायर स्क्रीन आ रहा है ना,
हाँ,
उस पे ऑप्शन नहीं आ रहा है।
देखिए
आपको
मेरी साइड
presentation
पे,
भेज दूं?
हाँ भेजिए।
मैडम अगर 5 मिनट
Okay.
और कुछ बोल लेते हैं तो आई कैन सेंड टू मैडम।
Okay, sir, you can send it to me.
बेटर wasting time and all these
Yeah,
things.
Yeah. हाँ, no
Because, sir,
problem.
I'm sending it to you. Then you please share it.
Fine. I'll do that in minutes.
Okay. Till then, I proceed with the things out. Being in nature is not only inspiring, but it also has medical psychotherapeutic potential. Just being surrounded by bountiful nature rejuvenates and inspirates you. रिसर्चेस जो इतनी जगह पर हो रही हैं, उन सब में ये सब चीजें सामने उभर कर आ रही हैं कि अगर आप प्रकृति के साथ थोड़ा भी समय बिताते हैं तो उस समय के दौरान में आपके शरीर में उपस्थित जो नेचुरल सेल्स हैं, नेचुरल किलर सेल्स हैं, वो एक्टिवेट होते हैं। उसके साथ साथ हमारे शरीर में बहुत सारे एंटी कैंसरस सेल्स, प्रोटीन्स होती हैं, वो सारी भी एक्टिव होती है तब जब हम नेचर के साथ, हम प्रकृति के साथ होते हैं। और जब हम प्रकृति के साथ होते हैं तो ये सारी प्रोटीन्स एक्टिवेट होने के साथ साथ हमारी बॉडी को स्ट्रेंथन भी करती हैं और साथ में हमारी इम्यूनिटी स्टेटस को बढ़ाती हैं। यहाँ तक कि रिसर्चर्स ने ये भी प्रूव किया है कि अगर आपके कमरे में एक छोटा सा इंडोर प्लांट है तो वो इंडोर प्लांट भी आपकी एंजाइटी और स्ट्रेस को काफी हद तक रिलीज कर सकता है। अगर हम 2 घंटे नेचर में जो आवाजें हैं, जो बर्ड्स की, प्लांट्स की चर्पिंग, जो पक्षियों की गुनगुनाहट है, पौधों की जो सरसराहट है, अगर हम इस सब को भी लगातार 2 घंटे सुन सकते हैं या सुनते हैं तो ऐसा करने से लगभग 800% स्ट्रेस हार्मोन जो हैं वो निष्क्रिय हो जाते हैं और हमारी जो इम्यून सिस्टम को स्टिल करने वाले जो हार्मोन है वो एक्सप्रेसिव हो जाते हैं। और साथ में लगभग 5 से 600 जो डीएनए फ्रेगमेंट्स हमारे शरीर में उपस्थित हैं वो सारे एक्टिवेट हो जाते हैं और एक्टिवेट होने के साथ साथ वो हमारे बॉडी पार्ट्स को हील करते हैं और नर्चर करते हैं और जितने भी डैमेजेस हुए हैं उनको रिपेयर करते हैं। दैट मीन्स nature plays a lot of role in developing our body or in fighting against various diseases or any kind of infection or any kind of problems if we are facing too. Nature boosts our mind. जैसे कि संधू सर ने भी हमको बताया है कि विटामिन डी जो है वो हमको सन से मिलती है, नेचर से मिलती है। ये हमारे हाइपरटेंशन को कम करती है, कैंसर होने से बचाती है हमें और बहुत सारे ऑटो इम्यून डिजीजेस को भी कंट्रोल करती है। नेचर जो है वो हमको प्रेजेंट स्टेटस में रखता है। प्रेजेंट स्टेटस में रखने का मतलब है कि हम जब नेचर में रहते हैं तो हम अपने पास्ट को या जो कुछ हो चुका है उसको भूल के हम प्रकृति को निहारना चालू करते हैं, और जब हम प्रकृति को निहारना चालू करते हैं उस समय पे जो हमें हमारी अंतरात्मा को सुख मिलता है, व्हाट वी कॉल एज पीस ऑफ माइंड, दैट पीस ऑफ माइंड वी गेन, और इस गेन के साथ साथ हम अपने आप को एनर्जाइज भी करते हैं। नेचर हमको काइंड बनाता है, हमको जेनरस बनाता है और हमको सोशली कॉन्शियस बनाता है, और अगर हम सोशल कॉन्शियस हैं तो हम साथ साथ में हम मानव कल्याण के लिए और सोसाइटी के लिए भी बहुत कुछ करेंगे। यस, नाउ द सर स्लाइड इज बीइंग shared and we would like sir to proceed.
Yes, I'm sorry for the delay.
Not at all, not at all.
Because
We are very eager to
scientists
hear
are
from you.
not good in computation and all this kind of things. So really sorry.
But scientists,
so-
what scientists can do, sir, others cannot. So,
So I'm using Google Meet first because we have our Microsoft Windows in our institute. So we are using the majority of things, and Zoom nowadays people are using. So fine, this is it. So I think it's viewable, and just a minute, I can see this is viewable, no? Yeah.
visible,
Is it
sir,
okay?
carry on. Yes, sir, it's okay. Carry on, sir.
Right. So I'm going to talk about tuberculosis because I have to talk about nature. This is not a very straightforward area because as far as science is concerned, I'm doing research on this aspect. But this is the area which I feel nature should be part of the solution. That's what I feel when I was presenting this thing. Let me give our background. We are working on infectious disease. In our institute, we are working on tuberculosis, neuroviruses, and different neurobacterial infections, zoonotic infections. We are working on different kind of infections. So idea is to how nature should be part of this solution. So before I move to these things, I'm sharing my slide, the work which we have done on TB awareness, diagnosis, management in TB endemic zone. This is the project we are doing. You all are aware that tuberculosis is the highest burden country, accounting for 1/5 of the global incidence. Now, tuberculosis is the biggest problem in our country. If I say it is the cases which we are getting today, even more than COVID, then it's absolutely correct. So TB is absolutely neglected diseases, and people are thinking that it is eradicated. A lot of people have thought in the European country, in the Western country, they thought it is completely eradicated. But after HIV, I mean, after the beginning of HIV disease, this infection comes into in a double power. Like we have started getting MDR infections. Now, some places we have started getting XDR cases and all these things. So this is what is the situation in India about this thing. Now, when I say nature, so then it comes to TB disease. I'll just share my observation to you. I mean, what are the things can be, what are the factors which causes tuberculosis? The number one is malnutrition. Dr. Sandhu already explained about the things, that what are the things we need to combat our infectious diseases, to prevent ourselves for the infectious diseases. So malnutrition, what we generally think, it's basically your BMI is low, or your build is, you are looking at thin, आप बहुत कमजोर दिख रहे हैं, height weight का issue है, then you thought it's a malnutrition. Fine, that is the case. But even people, those who are healthy, those who are looking good, they have malnutrition with respect to so many diet problems, or Dr. Sandhu mentioned about different factors are involved. So with reference to that, malnutrition is the common factor for tuberculosis. That is what is needed. And if you see, we are working in a tribal area in Melghat, And generally what we see when you have malnutrition problem, because these are the tribal eating one type of food throughout their life, one or two types of food throughout their life, so they are prone to infection. So they get more tuberculosis infection, more viruses, neuroviruses or respiratory viruses infection. So I think nature is very clear about all these things. So what I personally feel, it's a basically host. So whatever we are, I'm talking, see, I have to take one example of TB, right? I'm working on TB, so I need to take one example. But it is applicable to all kind of diseases. So malnutrition, if there is a malnutrition, if there is an immune system problem, you will having a different kind of major disease. And malnutrition is more or less like HIV infection. So basically, if you have malnutrition to certain things, HIV infection is again a that kind of problem, where immune system is compromised and you are prone to infection. So we worked in area, for example, in one room, 8 to 10 people are living. We did this study in a TB endemic area, जहाँ पे 10 से 12 लोग एक साथ एक छोटे से कमरे में, if I can say 10 by 15 का या उससे भी छोटा, they all are living in that room, and if one person is having TB, the other is prone to that infection because of that close proximity. So if we talk about these things, infection is there, TB is there. 1/3 of us, हमें से 75% people are exposed to tuberculosis, and we have that bugs in us. But वो infection आपको कब होता है? जब आपका immune system down हो जाता है. So that is what, that is where you get infection, when your immune system goes down. And the same thing is happened. And I completely agree. The role of cytokines, the role of inflammation is the key thing. Like in COVID-19 also, the ultimate thing is inflammation, because people are working on various drugs. But I personally believe if we focus on anti-inflammatory drugs, then it is going to be a key for the development. I am also thinking, maybe 7 days back, I have given talk on the COVID-19 platform, and I talked about the asthma inhalers people are using for COVID-19 infection in several countries. I mean, it is going directly to your lungs, and it is giving a very effective results in COVID-19. Similarly, I am working with Delhi group for oral, this inhaler drug for tuberculosis also. So I think if we are able to put all these drugs in the lung, then chances of getting infection is quite rare, and this will not only prevent but also heal, like asthma and other diseases. So I think these are the factors. I don't know much, because he already covered about nature aspect. Madam already mentioned, the first speaker already mentioned about all these things. But I think these are the factors. When your immune system goes down, then it is you may having an infection of TB, COVID-19 and all these things. The other thing I feel is poor socioeconomic status is also one of the factors I think is there. So if you talk about, I'll skip some of the slide. Now these are the areas where we work a lot in all these things. If you look into the COVID-19 cases, now you started getting infection from personality, big personality also. But initially this infection was started in the density area, because this infection, COVID-19 and tuberculosis and all these things are quite common, because if you have a close contact, the chances of transmission of this disease is quite common. So basically, it's very obvious. If you have very good nature, if you have very open area, if you have good sanitation, if you have windows and all these things, the chances of getting infection goes down. If you look into this structure where we are working, I mean, how you can go for a physical distancing and social distancing, whether it's a TB or all these things. But the interesting thing I am telling you, not only this socioeconomic condition, because of this area also, and the third thing which I have mentioned, the own immune system. The important thing which I want to talk in this COVID nature talk, Every system is different. Every host is different. That's what I personally feel. Because at some level, if you give vitamin D, if it's in excess level, it's going to be a problem. If it's in low level, it's going to be a problem. So what I personally feel, as far as all this supplementation, nature supplementation, and all these things are concerned, we have to study patient. The problem with the modern science and modern medicine is that we stick to one formula. I'm not against that. I'm not against that. You have to stick to some book or to some guidelines. We have to go for that thing. But you have to also see every person is different. If I tell you example, we worked on active TB patient. As I mentioned, 10 people are living in that room and having TB infection. 2 is positive, 8 is negative. But they have close contact. They are living together. But the concern is why these 8 people don't develop tuberculosis. The question comes same to COVID-19. If you take a 20 samples from one locality or from one family, you have seen 2 are positive, 6 are negative, 4 are inconclusive or whatever. So I personally feel that every person, every patient is different. And that is the reason we are not able to you work on, because if you give crocin, if you give, we are giving TB medication to same 2 TB patients. If there are 3 TB patients, we give them same kind of TB treatment. One responded to the TB medication. It's the same treatment, it's the same dose, same diagnosis, but one patient responded to that particular treatment, but the other is not responding to that treatment. So once the diagnosis is same, treatment is same, everything is same, but the patient is not responding. The problem we are doing in the modern science, we are not studying host, whether the person is at stress, whether the person is having other kind of complications, right? I'm working on the gut-brain axis also, right? So my concern at the point, see, I'm showing some slides because I don't get time to prepare nature slides and all these things. I'm really sorry for that, but I need to take one example, but ultimate message I need to convey. मुझे आपको वही कन्वे करना है जो मेरे जितने भी लोग बडिंग स्टूडेंट्स है, साइंटिस्ट है, जो भी है, every person is different. So we need to, now people are started for personalized medicines. Now in the Western countries, in the European countries, now few laboratories have started working on the personalized method, because the same dose is not going to work for every patient, because हर आदमी की situation अलग है. You know, irritable bowel syndrome. Somebody have stress, somebody have problem, उनको irritable bowel syndrome होता है, constipation होता है, stomach के problems होते हैं, because from the brain. You know, there are a lot of brain receptors are there in the stomach, in the gut. So gut-brain axis is an example where you are linked with everything. So there you have to check it out. अगर आपका stomach is good, your brain is going to work good. If your brain is good, your stomach is going to good. So these are the things. ये 2 चीजें जो आपको एक example दी है. वैसे ही gut liver का axis है. Pancreas, TB, diabetes का relationship. Now people are coming with brain. And if I say, I'm telling one by one, एक चीज आपको बोलने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ. If you say, I'm working in a neurological hospital. If I say, brain is the major reason for 80% of the diseases, तो आपको जान के आश्चर्य नहीं होगा. Because if your brain is strong, if your mental is strong, definitely you can deal lot of infections, lot of stress, because stress मैं हमेशा बोलता हूँ, stress alter the immune system. All pro-inflammatory, anti-inflammatory cytokines and all these things are there. So this is the message I want to give to everybody, those who are जो 40-50 लोग हम सुन रहे हैं. I mean, this is what exactly I want to say. Now, I'll share in next 5 minutes or 7 minutes. We have done this study in this area. We have done immunomodulators. Guruchi is one. We are working on Ayurvedic herb. So these are the nature gifts. So Guruchi is herb. जिसको हम we have used with the anti-TB medication. So what problem with the anti-TB drug is, it's a 9-month treatment. If you give 9-month treatment to patient, सबसे पहले उसका liver खराब होता है, because these drugs are heavy antibiotics and they cause problem, and because of that deterioration जो होता है वो ज़्यादा बढ़ जाता है, and patient having lot of problem with respect to taking treatment. They don't complete the treatment. They don't report the government, and that is the reason TB is ramping like anything. We have used Guduchi. Guduchi is an immunomodulator. One of our Dr. Jain Dev Pujari, he suggested us to give drug Guduchi along with anti-TB medication. So around 58 treatment patients we have done all these things. जिसमें हमने एक ग्रुप रखा, जिसमें हमने बात किया कि एक ग्रुप को सिर्फ टीबी का ट्रीटमेंट देंगे और एक ग्रुप को we will give एंटी टीबी ट्रीटमेंट के साथ गुडुची. It's an immunomodulator, and the results were absolutely fantastic. उस पॉपुलेशन में हर दूसरे बंदे को टीबी की ड्रग लेने के कारण within 1 or 2 months में they are having liver problems, and then they have lot of problem, even mortality also. But when we have selected this 25 people where we have given Guduchi, believe me, there were no side effect. So fine, anti-TB treatment is needed because they are going to kill the bug. But what is needed now here is to tackle your immune system, to empower your liver, to empower your immune system. So this is what is exactly the nature remedies which we are using, and a lot of Ayurvedic drugs. I personally believe, since I am in medical science and working on a lot of drugs, but we cannot deny other alternative sciences because it is very important, and this TB and hepatotoxicity issue is very important in this kind of diseases. So I strongly recommend, a lot of immunomodulators are available. Even in COVID-19, they have shared some kind of Ayurvedic herbs which are enhancing your immune system and all things. So we have done all these things in our study, where we have reported that it increased pro-inflammatory cytokines and all these things. I want to share one thing, those who are scientists working on immunology, if you use any antibiotic or antiviral specific disease, they are going to kill only virus. They are only kill only that bacteria. But ultimately, the bacteria, the damage done by the bacteria is an inflammatory cascade. So आप टीबी की दवाई कितने भी खिला दीजिए, आप एंटीबायोटिक्स कितने भी खिला दीजिए, but ultimately जो डैमेज बैक्टीरिया करके गया है वो आपका साइटोकाइन, इन्फ्लेमेशन, प्रो इन्फ्लेमेटरी साइटोकाइन, ये सब. सो व्हाट इज नीडेड देयर, इसका ऐसा है कि आप अभी लाठी मार रहे हैं, सांप ने वहां सब कुछ डैमेज करके चला गया. So problem is you have to give anti-inflammatory, and this is what people have started doing in brain TB also. Along with anti-TB, they are giving this other immunomodulator for anti-inflammation and all these things are. So TB and hepatotoxicity is the one thing. This is a drug I am talking. Is a herbal Guduchi on TB patient. It is widely used for wide range of fever. It is informed by Dr. Dev Pujari. White blood cells that fight for infection, and anti-infective treatment, infection in the respiratory system, and a lot of drugs which are coming for COVID-19 from the Ayurvedic side. The people are promoting that drug. It's contained a good amount of Guduchi in that. So it is a very important thing. People are working on this antipyretic property and all these things, and we found a very good result. Majority of cases followed improve appetite and improve in health status after Guduchi intake. Now, yeah. Is it the time over, or can I speak for 5 minutes?
So you can continue. Continue.
Okay, so I got some noise, so that's okay. So this is what this is the one area where I have given a TB and basically what kind of prevention you can do. So just in the last 3 slides, just want to aware people about zoonotic diseases. When you talk about nature, you have to work about animal-human interactions. So you have worked a lot on this zoonotic diseases, and अभी कोविड आया है and COVID-19 चले भी जाएगा आने वाले टाइम पे, but believe me, if we if we don't take care of animal-human interaction, then believe me, this kind of viruses, there are a lot of viruses are there, will be originate from this kind of things. We don't know what are the viruses are there, what are the things are there in the environment. ये तो हम एक बता रहे हैं, but we don't know. ये COVID-19 से ही प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है कि दूसरे रेस्पिरेटरी वायरसेस भी उतना ही डैमेज कर रहे हैं. So we simply don't know because we are looking only one virus, detecting only one virus, but there are n number of respiratory viruses in the things, and there are n number of respiratory viruses in the environment also, and in the bacteria also. So I think I'll give you one example of Guillain-Barré syndrome is a neurological symptoms developed in a lot of patients, and this is because of the exposure of these viruses and bacteria in the environment. They don't do the infection, but continuously trigger of that virus exposure and bacterial exposure alter your immune system, and you develop a lot of autoimmune diseases like GBS, like arthritis. A different kind of diseases are there. So we have to take care of environment. We have to take care of zoonotic diseases and all these things. We worked on this thing, and we find that zoonotic TB is there, M. bovis. The one TB is from Mycobacterium tuberculosis, but M. bovis is coming from bovine. It's a bovine TB. The person who's having exposure to bovine, and if bovine has TB, it comes to a human, and then one of the drug is isoniazid, don't work against this bovine TB. So this is what we have developed, and these are the virus we are working. We don't know how they are working, how they are cross the blood-brain barrier and all these things. This is what I talked about, gut-brain axis. This is the Indo-UK project. We are working on several aspects. So I think the problem with the gut and the brain is the link. These are the areas we work this thing. Dr. Singh already mentioned about yoga, meditation, and all this thing. What I recommend here is One Health approach is important. I feel that it's not one area you have to go. We don't have to, if it comes to health, we always think about doctor. So doctor is there, definitely, they need everywhere. But you need environmentalist, you need zoologist, you need plant specialist, you need veterinarian, you need basic scientist, you need chemist person. So looking into the health, whether it's a COVID-19, whether it's a TB, whether or some kind of infection, the problem in our system, health system, is that we are not able to focus. We are focusing on only one component, not on all component. So I personally feel that we have to focus on one health aspect. So what I want to tell is every host is different, every person is different, and you have to have, we are having exposure to a lot of environmental diseases, and sometimes it is good also. People are saying that in India, the COVID is not deteriorating the condition. It's true. हम लोग को इतना परेशानी नहीं हुआ है जितना परेशानी European countries or Western countries में हुआ है. The reason is we are exposed to so many bacteria. हमारे इधर infectious diseases are very common. Like in Asian countries, this India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, all these places, Bangladesh, these are the places because of a sanitation problem and so many problems, we are having exposure to so many diseases. So because of that, it might be possible that our immune system is protecting from this COVID-19. That is what now people are doing. Herd immunity जिसको आप बोल रहे हो. Herd immunity, what you are doing, whether you are encounter with that virus or not. अभी मुंबई में किया है, दिल्ली में किया है, and then they have shown कि even those people don't show any symptoms, they developed herd immunity. They are positive for antibody. So somehow they are exposed to that virus and develop antibodies. So we don't know what antibodies we have because we are having exposure to a lot of environmental organisms, and then these organisms might be able to help us protect against this kind of viruses also. Because हम लोगों का immunity as compared to Western immunity is better. हम लोग कहीं से भी पानी पूरी खा लेते हैं, हमारे को कुछ नहीं होता. कई लोग तो ठीक हो जाते हैं. So people हम लोग कुंभ के मेले में इतने लोग जाके एक साथ स्नान करते हैं, वी आर फिट एंड फाइन. सो वी आर हेल्दी पीपल एज कंपेयर टू other people. क्योंकि आप अगर if you come from Western country, you know, we have to be very careful. We get lot of our guests and all these things. So when we have to think कि इनको कौन सा पानी पिलाना है, कौन सी जगह लेके जाना है, यहाँ का फूड नहीं खिलाना, वहाँ का, because they have their gut problem, different gut like different from us. So I think we have to think from this aspect. Our immunity, every patient is different. Our environmental aspect is different. So this is what we can take care of all these things. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, sir, for such a brainstorming lecture, sir. आपने बहुत सारी चीजें बताई और अंत में आपने ये चीज सीधी कर दिया कि नेचर ही है जो हमें प्रोटेक्ट कर रहा है, क्योंकि हम हिंदुस्तानी मिट्टी में खेल कर बड़े हुए हैं, और जब मिट्टी में हम शुरू से खेले हैं, घर से बाहर हम हमेशा रहे हैं, नदियों का हमने पानी पिया है और प्रकृति में घूम घूम कर हमने हर चीज का लुत्फ उठाया है, और यही कारण है कि हमारी इम्यूनिटी जो है वो बहुत स्ट्रांग है, और कोरोना क्या, किसी भी प्रकार की चीजों से लड़ने के लिए हमारी बॉडी पूरी तरह से सक्षम है. वेरी वेरी थैंक यू सर फॉर स्पेंडिंग so much of time to us, sir. And I would like now our principal sir, Professor S.K.S. Yadav sir, हमारे प्रिंसिपल जो हमारे मार्गदर्शक हैं, बहुत ही नम्र स्वभाव के व्यक्ति हैं, हमेशा नेचर से जुड़े हुए हैं, प्रकृति में पौधों का, जानवरों का, इंसानों का, सबका वो बिल्कुल बराबरी से ख्याल रखते हैं, और उन्हीं ने हमें हमेशा प्रेरित किया है कि अगर कुछ करना है तो अपने लिए तो करते हो, साथ में नेचर के लिए भी कुछ करो. सर, वी वुड लाइक टू हैव फ्यू वर्ड्स फ्रॉम यू.
हेलो मैडम, आवाज जा रही है?
जी सर, सुनाई दे रहा है.
तो मैं शुरू करूं?
जी सर, बिल्कुल.
सबसे पहले तो धन्यवाद सभी लोगों को जिन्होंने इस कार्यक्रम में भाग लिया, स्पेशली वीसी साहब, मिश्रा जी, संधू सर, कश्यप सर, मैडम इनमा, और सबने जो लेक्चर डिलीवर किया, उससे वी कैन कंक्लूड दैट मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट इज इम्यून सिस्टम. और अगर हमारा इम्यून सिस्टम सही है तो हम जो है किसी भी बीमारी से लड़ने में सक्षम है. बहुत सारे जो प्रोफेसर संधू सर ने बहुत सारे इसके उपाय बताए, अभी सर ने जो है, कश्यप सर ने बताया. एक चीज और मैं उसमें ऐड करना चाहता हूँ अपने विचार से कि जैसे हमारी एक चेतना होती है, कॉन्शियसनेस लेवल, उसी तरह से हमारे हर पार्ट्स की एक कॉन्शियसनेस लेवल होता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल हमारा ब्रेन है, इसके बाद और भी है, जैसे अपना पिनियल ग्लैंड है, हाइपोथैलेमस ग्लैंड है, लीवर है, हार्ट है, वो सबका एक कॉन्शियसनेस लेवल होता है. तो अगर हम पर डे उसको एक्नॉलेज करें, जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल मैं अपने हार्ट पे ध्यान करता हूँ, मेडिटेट करता हूँ, और उसको एक अनकंडीशनल लव सेंड करता हूँ, तो उसकी जो है एनर्जी, जो पॉजिटिव एनर्जी है, वो एनर्जी उसकी बढ़ जाएगी. और जब पॉजिटिव एनर्जी बढ़ेगी तो उसका इम्यून सिस्टम ऑलरेडी जो है बढ़ेगा और किसी भी प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व करने में वो सक्षम हो जाएगा. क्योंकि सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है कि जो हमारे अंदर जो सेल्स हैं, ये जो पार्ट्स हैं बॉडी के, जब वो वीक होते हैं तो बीमारी आती है. इसको हम कहते हैं कि मेरा इम्यून सिस्टम कम हो गया तो ये हम बीमार हो गए, या बहुत सारी प्रॉब्लम आती है. तो एक बहुत अच्छा अगर हम लोग करें इसको डेली, कि पर डे अपने बॉडी के हर पार्ट्स को, फॉर एग्जाम्पल जैसे ब्रेन लिए, ब्रेन को उसको अनकंडीशनल लव सेंड करें. इसके बाद अपना माइंड है, इसके बाद जो है अपना नाक है, कान है, थ्रोट्स है, थ्रोट्स के अंदर थायराइड ग्लैंड है. इसी तरह से हर पार्ट्स को, जैसे पेट के अंदर लीवर है, पैंक्रियाज है, इसके बाद जो है जितने भी हैं सिस्टम, किडनी है, सबको अगर हम जो है बाय मेडिटेशन में से उस पे ध्यान करते हुए अगर उसको हम मोटिवेट करें, उसको एक्नॉलेज करें, उसको एक अनकंडीशनल लव अगर उसको दें, तो हर सेल जो है एक्टिवेट हो जाता है। इसका एग्जाम्पल आप समझ सकते हैं, जैसे एक छोटा बच्चा पैदा होता है तो उसको नहीं मालूम है कि हमारा नाम क्या है, लेकिन आप जैसे कोई नाम अगर उसको देते हैं और फिर उसको बुलाते हैं तो समझ जाता है कि हमको बुला रहे हैं। इसी तरह से हर पार्ट्स को अगर हम उसको एक्टिवेट करें तो वो समझ जाता है पार्ट्स, चाहे भले हमको मालूम हो कि नहीं कि वो कहाँ पे है, उसकी लोकेशन क्या है, ये आपको पता नहीं है, लेकिन जहां अगर अपना ध्यान जाता है, अपना वहां पे में कंसंट्रेट करते हैं और उसको बुलाते हैं, जैसे हार्ट्स को अगर आपने कहा हार्ट्स हार्ट्स हार्ट्स, और फिर उसको आपने एक्टिवेट किया, एक लब में दिया, उसको बोली तुम बहुत अच्छे हो, तुमसे मैं बहुत प्रेम करता हूँ, तुम मेरी बहुत मदद करते हो, तो वह हार्ट्स जो है एक्टिवेट हो जाता है। क्योंकि इस चीज को आप जान लीजिए कि हम एक आत्मा है, यानी वी आर ए बीइंग लाइट, और आई एम नॉट दिस बॉडी, ये शरीर नहीं हूं, बल्कि ये शरीर मेरा है, इसलिए मैं अपने शरीर को गाइड कर सकता हूँ। जैसे मैं मन नहीं हूं, ये मन मेरा है, तो अगर मन मेरा है तो मैं अपने मन को कंट्रोल कर सकता हूँ, अपने शरीर को कंट्रोल कर सकता हूँ, अपने बॉडी को आज्ञा दे सकता हूँ कि तुम ऐसे हो जाओ। तो जैसे अगर उसको हम ऑर्डर देंगे, उसको आज्ञा देंगे, उससे बात करेंगे, तो वहां के जो सेल्स हैं वो एक्टिवेट हो जाते हैं, और जो आप बोलोगे वही वो सेल धीरे धीरे उसको करने लगते हैं। इस तरह से हम अपने अंदर की पॉजिटिव एनर्जी को बढ़ा सकते हैं, और जब अंदर में पॉजिटिव एनर्जी बढ़ेगी, उसका वाइब्रेशन लेवल बढ़ेगा, तो ऑलरेडी इम्यून सिस्टम बढ़ेगा। तो ये एक मैंने बहुत छोटा सा एग्जाम्पल दिया। अगर इसको हम डेली अपने लाइफ में प्रयोग करते हैं तो आप निश्चित जान लीजिए कि आप देखना कोई भी बीमारी हो, किसी भी सेल किसी भी पार्ट्स के, अगर उस पार्ट्स को आप पॉजिटिव एनर्जी देते हो तो उसके जितने भी सेल हैं वो एक्टिवेट हो जाते हैं, और उसकी एनर्जी बढ़ जाती है, वाइब्रेशन उसका बढ़ जाता है, और इसके बाद वो सेल ठीक हो जाता है और पार्ट्स ठीक हो जाते हैं। तो मैं सबको, जितने भी पार्टिसिपेंट्स, जितने लोगों ने भाग लिया, जितने लोगों ने ये लेक्चर सुने, वेबिनार को सुने, और बहुत अच्छे से जो प्रेजेंटेशन दी हमारे स्पीकर्स महोदयों ने, मैं सबको अपने अंदर से उनकी आत्मा को मैं प्रणाम करता हूँ, और मैं आशा करता हूँ कि भविष्य में भी उनको सुनने का मौका मिलेगा, क्योंकि बहुत सारी चीजें मिली जो आज के समय के लिए बहुत ही जरूरत है। और स्पेशली धन्यवाद, थैंक्स टू डॉक्टर सपना राय, जिन्होंने की बहुत बढ़िया आयोजन किया। एक छोटा सा कॉलेज जहाँ पे आदिवासी बेल्ट है, उतनी जागरूकता नहीं है, फिर भी मैडम ने एक नया प्रयोग किया, कॉलेज के लिए भी अच्छा हुआ, यूनिवर्सिटी के लिए भी अच्छा हुआ। मैं मैडम राय को भी स्पेशली धन्यवाद देता हूँ, और अंत में सबको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। बहुत बहुत आप सबके अंदर जो आत्मा है उसको मैं प्रणाम करता हूँ, और इसी के साथ अपनी बात को मैं समाप्त करता हूँ।
थैंक्स अ लॉट सर, थैंक यू सो मच सर। हम जानते हैं कि इंडिया जो है एक ऐसा देश है जहां पर हम प्रकृति की हर एक चीज की पूजा करते हैं, चाहे वो प्लांट्स हो, चाहे वो एनिमल्स हो, चाहे वो नदी हो, या कण कण में। तब जिस कण कण की हम पूजा करते हैं वो हमारा हर तरह से प्रतिरक्षा करता है। प्लांट्स से हमें कई सारी प्रकार की औषधियां प्राप्त होती हैं, जानवरों से हमें लव अफेक्शन प्राप्त होता है, वो हमारे खेती में काम करते हैं। साथ में ही कई चीजों को, जैसे प्लांट्स के डिस्पर्शन में, सीड्स के डिस्पर्शन में हेल्प करते हैं। वो हर जगह हमारे लिए खड़े रहते हैं। अगर हम देखें तो हमारी 70% जो पॉपुलेशन है वो रूरल पॉपुलेशन है, और ये पूरी रूरल पॉपुलेशन है ये ट्रेडिशनल मेडिसिन पर ही निर्भर करती है। और ट्रेडिशनल मेडिसिन जो हैं वो हमारे हर्ब से प्राप्त होती हैं, मिनरल्स से प्राप्त होती हैं और ऑर्गेनिक मैटर से प्राप्त होती हैं, जो सारी की सारी इस पृथ्वी में, इस नेचर में उपस्थित हैं। हमारी सारी फोक मेडिसिन जो आज हम समय पर यूज कर भी रहे हैं और काफी लाभदायक सिद्ध हो रही हैं, ये सब प्रकृति में ही उपलब्ध है। अंत में मतलब मैं इतना कहूंगी कि प्रकृति है तो हम हैं, प्रकृति से हम हैं, हमसे प्रकृति नहीं है। तो हमें प्रकृति को सेव करना है और इस चीज को पूरा करने के लिए आप सभी ने तहे दिल से मेरा साथ और हमारा साथ दिया है, उसके लिए धन्यवाद। मैं धन्यवाद करती हूँ हमारे माननीय वाइस चांसलर महोदय प्रोफेसर कपिल देव मिश्रा जी का, जिन्होंने हमें शुभेच्छाएं प्रदान दी। मैं धन्यवाद करती हूँ हमारे माननीय वाइस चांसलर छिंदवाड़ा यूनिवर्सिटी प्रोफेसर M.K. श्रीवास्तव का, जो अभी इस समय पे व्यस्त होने के बावजूद भी उन्होंने मैसेजेस हमें दिए और उन्होंने अपनी तरफ से हमारे रजिस्ट्रार सर प्रोफेसर राजेंद्र मिश्रा जी को हमें उद्बोधन देने के लिए दिया। उन्होंने भी पूरे समय में से, मतलब अपने व्यस्त समय में से समय निकालकर हमको हमारे उत्साह का वर्धन किया है। मैं सबसे ज्यादा शुक्रिया अदा करती हूँ हमारे पूरे कॉलेज और कॉलेज के सारे कलीग्स की तरफ से, सारे एमिनेंट प्रोफेसर्स का, प्रोफेसर अमीना एथर, जो खुद एक ऐसी स्थिति से जूझ रही हैं जहां पर वो क्षण का टाइम नहीं दे पा रही हैं, परंतु उन्होंने उसके बारे में हमसे पूरी हर चीज का डिस्कशन कर हमारे उत्साह का वर्धन किया है। मैं धन्यवाद देती हूँ प्रोफेसर सरदूल सिंह संधू जी का, जो हर समय हमारे साथ उपस्थित रहते हैं और हमारी सभी समस्याओं को हल करने में हमारा उत्साह वर्धन कर हमको उत्प्रेरित करते हैं कि हम जो भी काम करें उसे बहुत अच्छे से करें और उस काम को हम पूर्णता की तरफ ले जाएं। मैं धन्यवाद करती हूँ हमारे दूसरे एमिनेंट साइंटिस्ट प्रोफेसर राजपाल सिंह कश्यप जी का, जिन्होंने अपने व्यस्त समय से टाइम निकाल करके और हमको इतने अच्छे से बताया कि आदिवासी जनजातियों में बीमारी होती भी है, परंतु वो बीमारी हमें दिखती नहीं है, सिर्फ इसलिए क्योंकि वो ऐसे प्रकृति के समकक्ष रहते हैं जो कि उनकी हीलिंग भी उसी तरह से करती है जिस तरह से माँ अपने बच्चे का करती है। माँ जो होती है वो अपने बच्चे का हर प्रकार से ध्यान रखती है। अगर कोई दुख हो, अगर कोई खुशी के क्षण हो, अगर कोई तकलीफ हो, तो जिस तरह से एक बच्चा अपनी माँ को पुकारता है, उस तरह से हमें भी अपनी प्रकृति माँ पर पूरा ध्यान रख कर, उसे पुकार कर, उसका अभिवादन कर, उसका सम्मान कर, उससे हम वो सारी चीजें ले सकते हैं जो हमारे समाज के और मानव कल्याण के लिए बहुत ही आवश्यक है। मैं धन्यवाद करती हूँ हमारे प्रिंसिपल सर का, जिन्होंने एक बार में मुझे हामी दे दी कि हाँ आप ये कार्यक्रम करें और सबको जोड़ें, और वो हमेशा तत्पर रहते हैं किसी भी कार्यक्रम को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए। धन्यवाद बहुत बहुत सर। और मैं धन्यवाद करती हूँ सारे पार्टिसिपेंट्स का, क्योंकि उनके बिना ये मीट तो पूरी हो ही नहीं सकती थी। और मैं उनसे ये उम्मीद करती हूँ कि वो उन्होंने जो कुछ इस सेशन में सीखा है वो उसका अनुकरण करेंगे और अनुकरण के साथ साथ समाज के कल्याण के लिए और मानव के कल्याण के लिए तत्पर रहेंगे। सभी को मेरा धन्यवाद। और अंत में मैं धन्यवाद करूंगी ऑलमाइटी गॉड का, उस भगवान का जिन्होंने हमें ये शरीर दिया है और उनका कहना है कि ये नेचर की दान है, इसकी रक्षा आप करो, मैं आपकी रक्षा करूंगा। धन्यवाद, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, सभी को धन्यवाद। आप सबसे अनुरोध है कि फीडबैक फॉर्म चैट बॉक्स में भेज दिया गया है, तो आप लोग सब फीडबैक फॉर्म भर दीजिए और फीडबैक भरने के बाद आपको आपका सर्टिफिकेट प्राप्त हो जाएगा।